Hello and welcome to the update. I'm Heidi Tiltons. US President Joe Biden has held an emergency meeting with G20 and NATO leaders after the missile strike on eastern Poland. He's offered his full support and assistance for Poland's investigation into the origin of the missile, which killed 2 people. But President Biden admits it's unlikely the missile was fired from Russian soil.
There is preliminary information that contests that. I don't want to say that till we completely investigate, but it's unlikely in the minds of the trajectory that it was fired from Russia.
Initial findings from US officials suggest it may actually have been fired by Ukrainian forces. Donald Trump has filed the paperwork for his bid for the White House, confirming he'll run for president in 2024. Launching his 3rd campaign for office, Mr. Trump says America is failing.
For millions of Americans, the past 2 years under Joe Biden have been a time of pain, hardship, anxiety and despair. As we speak, inflation is the highest in over 50 years. Gas prices have reached the highest levels in history.
The head of Medibank will reportedly get a $2.3 million bonus despite hackers obtaining the private records of nearly 10 million customers. Almost $2 billion has been wiped off the health insurer's market value since it disclosed the attack last month. But more than $7 million worth of bonuses for Medibank executives have been rubber-stamped at the AGM. Deliveroo is pulling out of Australia effective immediately. The food delivery giant says it's been placed into administration after battling with challenging economic conditions. Flooding in central western New South Wales has turned deadly, with the body of a woman found near the town of Eugowra. The 60-year-old woman and a man in their 80s haven't been seen since their car was inundated on Monday. And more than 1,000 Teslas are being recalled across Australia over a potentially deadly steering fault. The power steering issue affects Model S and Model X vehicles sold between 2017 and 2020. This sports update is brought to you by Ladbrokes. The Socceroos are embracing their status as outsiders at the FIFA World Cup ahead of next week's opening match against France. But Socceroos winger Craig Goodwin says they're capable of getting a result.
We're used to being in a situation where we are the underdog, and I think that suits us. But at the same time, we have to be brave, we have to be confident, and we have to play with no fear.
Aaron Finch is among the half-dozen Australians that have been released by their Indian Premier League franchises, and Australia's newest member of the US PGA Tour, Harrison Endicott, has committed to play next week's Australian PGA Championship and the Australian Open. In entertainment news, Beyoncé is up for 9 Grammy Awards. The nominations released earlier. She's now been nominated 88 times, tying with her husband Jay-Z as the most nominated artist in Grammy history. The awards ceremony will be held in February. Mila Kunis has revealed husband Ashton Kutcher is training their 2 kids for a 5K marathon after taking part in the New York Marathon earlier this month. The actress says the trio has already done a half-mile run together. And Mariah Carey's been denied the title Queen of Christmas. The US Trademark Trial and Appeal Board has refused her request to trademark the phrase. She was planning to use it for a line of branded merchandise, including fragrances, chocolate and dog clothing. And that's the latest from the Nova Podcast News team, but we'll see you tomorrow morning for another episode of The Update.